now to check it. Okay. Okay, so we're just getting ready to start now. Can anyone see me or hear me?
No. Do I need to press play?
Try.
Like that big square with your name on it above the...
Yep, try pressing the triangle on the website if it's not going.
Yeah, it says plus sleep.
Hello. Thanks for joining. If you can hear me okay, just say hi in the chat box there on the window, and then I'll know that it's all working. Hello. All right, well, it looks like it's working. That's great. So we'll just wait a couple more minutes to see who else is going to join us, and then we'll get stuck into it. Okay, 2 more minutes.
Yeah, like you said, there's about a 20-second delay between when you say it and when I get it on the thing, but it's not lagging at all when, like you said, so voice that matches up. Does the chat box thing pop up immediately?
Yep, I've got the chat box open here.
Oh, yeah. So, like, as soon as you say something and someone, like, answers it, then it pops up.
Mm-hmm. It's recording.
I know.
All right, 1 more minute and then we'll dive on in and get started. All right, we've got 1 more minute and then we'll get started. So thanks for joining. Feel free to say hi anytime. You can talk to me through the chat box that's just down below. So feel free to, if you've got any questions through the broadcast, just ask them there and I'll get to them when we get to the Q&A section soon. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's kick this off. So I just want to start by saying thank you very much for joining me tonight. And if you've been following along with the 5 days of gluten-free challenge, I really hope you enjoyed that and had as much fun with it as what I did, because I certainly had a ball. It's been lots of fun. And so we're just going to kick this off by starting with that, and we're just going to go through the first few couple of days of that and just briefly go over it. So day 1 of the challenge was all about labels. So label reading is really, really important. When you're living with any kind of food intolerance or allergy, you really, really have to get precise on reading labels. So we kicked off with that to start, because it's really where everything begins. So you had your nice sheet that you could download. You can copy that to your phone, or you can print it out and put it in your handbag, but that's a handy one to take shopping with you as well. And great for day 2 where we went through the pantry. So again, I found the best way for us to really be able to stick with, because we're gluten-free, dairy-free and soy-free in our house. And I find that the easiest way for us to really stick to that is just have nothing in the house. So our youngest daughter's got Hashimoto's, so she has to be 100% no gluten, dairy or soy, and it really, really affects her behaviour. So if she has even just small amounts of gluten, her behaviour just goes, oh my God, insane. Let's just not even go there. And she has a dairy allergy as well. So we have to be super, super careful with dairy because as we found out the hard way, even cross-contamination puts her in hospital. So she ends up in emergency, and that's really not fun for anyone, least of all for her. And we have to avoid the soy as well because of her thyroid. So we find that the easiest way is just not have anything in the house. And that way I don't have to worry about cross-contamination or about her accidentally eating something or about her sneaking something when I'm not looking. It just becomes a non-issue. And I found as well that way she's not tempted either. So it takes willpower completely out of the equation. It takes a lot of stress off me because I don't have to worry, and it's just better for everybody. So that's why we cleaned the pantry out and went on that stash, the search and destroy mission to find all those stashes throughout the house. So day three is a fun day. That's all about restocking and replenishing. So that's why we talked about lots of gluten-free alternatives. And I took you for a bit of a tour through my pantry and showed you some of my favourites. So the one that I probably use the most as far as flours go would be Bisan. So Bisan is chickpea flour, and I love it. It's got a slight sort of nutty flavour. It's a little bit heavier than your normal flour. So if you're baking, I don't really use it in cakes because it's a bit heavy and it's got that strong taste, but it's fantastic for like coating fish or chicken nuggets before you fry it. I use it in pancakes and waffles just to give a bit more body and a little bit more flavour. Because I find that if you just use your stock standard gluten-free flour mixes that you buy in the supermarket, like all grain, they often taste really ricey, and they're very much a refined flour. So if anyone in your family has trouble with blood sugar levels, those really white corn flours and rice flours make blood sugars go through the roof. So I find that adding a bit of Bisan in it, because it's got that high protein content, it just tends to level that out a bit. And another flour that I really like using for a similar sort of thing is teff flour. So teff is an ancient Ethiopian grain. They've been cultivating it for about 6,000 years now. And again, really, really high protein content. And it's also got a good essential fatty acid profile too. So it's a nice healthy flour to use. Again, it's a little bit heavier than your normal flour, but not as heavy as your Bisan. And it absorbs, is it more or less? It absorbs more liquid than normal flour. So you do have to adjust your recipes a little bit and add a little bit more liquid in when you're cooking with it. And again, I really like that for putting in when we make waffles or pancakes or pie crust, that kind of thing. With corn flour, I just buy the gluten-free corn flour and use it as you would normal corn flour. That's a really easy one. For baking, I generally use just all the ones that you buy, just the all-grain gluten-free flour mix, and I find that works quite well at a 1-to-1 ratio in the recipes. So they're probably the main flours that I use. If I'm making dumplings or a dough, like a pasta dough, then I put some glutinous rice flour and tapioca flour in the mix. So the glutinous rice flour, it doesn't have gluten despite its name. It's just called that because it gives it that sort of a gluey kind of consistency, and that really adds that sort of springiness and bounce and rubberiness that you normally get from gluten in your normal wheat flour. And the tapioca flour is good because it just seems to give a sort of integrity to the dough. Sometimes when you're cooking with gluten-free flours, it can be really crumbly and hard to just sort of hold together. So I find by adding a bit of tapioca flour, it kind of really helps with that. But don't use tapioca flour on its own, because it will set as hard as cement. Like it just turns into a rock. So they're probably the main flours that I use. We eat a lot of Asian food in our family. So the noodles that I like are the mung bean noodles. So they just look like the rice vermicelli, but they're made from rice and mung bean, and we use them a lot. They're really easy. You just pour hot water over them and they soften up in a couple of minutes, so you don't even have to cook them. So they're really good. Right, so day four. Day four is all about rallying the troops and getting everybody on board. Now this, I think this is probably where a lot of people really come unstuck, because they find that they're just in this constant battle with everybody else in the family. It's like, you know, when mum says, all right, we're going to start eating healthy, and everybody goes, no, I want my junk food. You know, I want my chips, I want my sausages, I want my this, I want my that. And it's really hard. So I think the best thing you can do is really sit down and talk to them about it and about why it's important to you. And particularly if they're the one that is sick and is the reason that you have to do it as well, explain to them why it's important for them, and ask them how they feel about it. Because I think if you can draw out what their concerns and their fears are, then you can deal with those, and then it becomes less of an issue, and it's not so much then you trying to force it on them. I've also found as well that once we got into it and then everyone sort of realised how much better they felt eating this way, it became a lot easier too. So I know my husband and I, we both lost a couple of kilos. All my allergies cleared up. I used to have chronic headaches. They got better. I have trouble with arthritis because I have EDS, and I found that got so much better as well. My daughter's fatigue improved, her pain improved. So everybody just felt a whole lot better. So that really helped to get everybody on board. And the other thing I did as well was lots of sneaky little treats. So when you first get diagnosed and find out that you have to stop eating all these foods, it can really feel like everything's being taken away, like someone's just, you know, whisking the carpet out from under your feet. And so what I tried to do was to really make sure that I always had lots of treats around for the kids. Now, I'm not one of these people that, you know, gives kids lollies every day, so it wasn't like that. But I just found that I made up some homemade chocolate, and that's really, really easy. It's like the basic version of it. You can do it with just coconut oil, raw cacao powder, and rice bran syrup. So like 3 ingredients. You can make a whole big batch of it in 5 minutes. So I found that by having some of that in the house helped, and I made things like bliss balls and homemade muesli bars and just a few little treats like that. So that they knew that they weren't going to miss out, that they would still have treats, that they would still have yummy things, that it wasn't, you know, they weren't just destined to a life of carrot sticks and lettuce leaves, you know, that we could still have fun with this. So I found that really, really helped. And then to day 5, onwards and upwards. So we've done all the hard work by now. And today's part of the challenge was really about looking forward and figuring out how to go ahead from here. So you've done all the hard work, you've got all the stuff out of the pantry, all the stuff out of the house. You've talked to the family, you've thought up some good treats to get them on board. You kind of got your head around the labels and the secret code of label reading. And so, yeah, it's time to start thinking ahead. So I find that the easiest way to do this is with meal plans. Now, I've been meal planning for, oh my goodness, for years. Like, I just love it. So I've even converted my mum to it. So the reason I really like it is it works well for us because we live out in the country. So we're about a half an hour drive from town. So if I forget something, it's not a case of just pop down the shops and get it. It's, you know, wait till next week when I'm in town to pick it up. But the thing that I think I really like about meal planning is that it takes away that whole, oh, God, what am I going to cook tonight? You know, I mean, there's nothing worse than, you know, you get home from school and everybody's hungry and you think, oh, now I've got to cook something for tea. So you go to grab something and you realise that all the meat's still in the freezer. So you can't, you know, you've got nothing there to use. Or if you're like me, like I don't even have a microwave, so I can't even just quickly defrost it. So I find that it's just easier. Or you go, oh, okay, I'm going to cook this for tea. And you start pulling everything out and you get started. And then, oh, no, I haven't got this ingredient. I haven't got that ingredient. And, oh, this is just too hard. So it just gets rid of all of that. And I don't know about you, but I really, really, really hate grocery shopping. Like, I mean, I hate going to the supermarket. So by meal planning, I only have to go once a week. So once a week, I just have to go and find a car park, do my shopping, line up, and I'm out of there. So it saves me, I don't know how much time. Like back before I used to meal plan, I'd probably have to go, and we lived in town, I would probably be going to the supermarket 3 or 4 times a week. And the girls were little. And I mean, this is just a ridiculous waste of time, you know. I mean, in the time it takes, and because we were living in the city then, so the time it would take to just even find a car park, you know, you could be driving around for half an hour trying to find a park. Then you've got to get into the shopping centre and get everything. And then there's all the incidental purchases because, let's face it, whoever goes into the supermarket and only buys what's on the list, you know, I mean, there's always impulse buys. So you have all the extra impulse buys, then you've got to line up at the checkout, and the line's usually a mile long, especially if it's, you know, in the afternoon on your way home from work. And then you've got to get out the car park, and then you've got to battle the traffic on the way home. So if you can cut, you know, 3 or 4 of those trips down and just do 1 a week, you could easily save yourself like a good 2 hours. So there's an extra 2 hours that you could be sitting at home with your feet up or doing whatever you want, and you're saving money as well because you don't have all those little impulse buys. So that's been a huge benefit for us. But for me, I think the really big benefit was just knowing what to cook every night and knowing that I had everything there. So with that, I've also found that for people like in my practice, because I have a nutritional medicine practice, that the one thing people really struggle with when they go gluten-free and dairy-free and soy-free as well as a lot of people do, because I deal a lot with people with Hashimoto's, is that they don't know what to eat. You know, everyone always says, okay, so I know I can't eat this, I know I can't eat this, I know I can't eat this. So what can I eat? And I was just writing out meal plan after meal plan and recipes, and I thought, you know, this is something that everybody needs, so why don't I just put it all together? And so I did. And so over the last, it's probably been nearly a year now, I've been developing recipes and writing them down and testing them out on my family, because if my kids eat it, then it's good to go. If my kids won't eat it, then, you know, nobody's going to eat it. So I've gathered together a huge big collection of all of our family favourite recipes that, as I said, are tried and tested on the kids. My husband loves them, everybody likes them, and they are all gluten, dairy, and soy-free. And so I've put this all together for you into what I call fuss-free, gluten-free dinners done for you. So it means you no longer have to go through all that stress of trying to figure out, what am I going to cook for tea tonight? You don't have to worry about going to the fridge and there being nothing there, or trying to cook something and only having half the ingredients. I've taken care of all of that for you. So what is it? Well, it's really simply at its base, it's just a 5-night meal plan. So I went with 5 nights rather than 7 because I find that, you know, usually there's 2 nights a week where you might go to a friend's house, or you might just grab something on the way home, like if you've got soccer practice and you're not getting home until late, or you might want to warm up leftovers, or some nights we even just have scrambled eggs because I'm too tired to cook. So I went with 5 nights just to allow for that little bit of flexibility. So they're all really easy to follow recipes, and I have free email support for you as well. So any questions, email away. And also, this is my favourite thing, I've even got recipe conversions in there. So if you want to know how to do something, or if you've got a favourite recipe and you can't figure out how to convert it, send it through to me and I'm going to fix it up and convert it to gluten and dairy free for you. And then my other really exciting thing that I looked like absolutely everywhere for this is what's held it up the most, was to be able to adjust the recipes for family sizes. Because I find it really annoying when you go and buy a cookbook and all the recipes in there might be just for 2 people, or they might be for 4 people. But what happens if you're a family of 5, or you're like us, and my husband's a shift worker, so some nights I'm cooking for 3 people, some nights I'm cooking for 4. So I made sure that I built into this program the ability that you can actually adjust by meal how many people you're cooking for. And then it adjusts the recipes for you too. So you don't have to do any of those maths on the fly. It automatically does it all for you. And you can even do it differently by night. So you could have one night you're feeding 2 people, one night you're feeding 5 people. And then here's a really exciting part. It generates a shopping list for you, all done with the right amounts for the right number of people that you've put in. I mean, how easy is that? Really, life doesn't get much better than that. So from time to time as well, I'm going to add in some extra bonus recipes because we all like a little treat every now and then. My favourite always has chocolate in it, but let me know what you like, and I'll throw some in just for you as well. I'm also building in a video library. So each week I'll put in a new video, and that might be on a cooking technique, or it might be on a recipe, or anything that you like, really. You can send in a request and I'll do up a video just for you. And then I have a Facebook, I can't even talk today, I'm too excited, and a Facebook group as well. So aside from all the support that you get from me, you can talk to other people who are going through the same thing as well and bounce ideas off each other, because I find that that's really the best way. So let's have a look. I'm going to even give you a live demo. So bear with me while I do a screen share. Here we go. All right. And we go over here. And here we go. All right. So when you log in, this is what you're going to see. This is the home screen here. So we scroll down and there's 5 sections you can click to. So we have this week's plan, then we have the recipe archive, the video library, a link to the Facebook group, and submit a request. So we'll have a quick look inside each of these. So if we start with this week's plan, so I've put the first one in there so we can have a look at how, I've got to log in. Oops, give me a minute. Here we go. I didn't realise I wasn't logged in. Oh, it's not letting me in. Hang on. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Sorry about this. There's always something, isn't there? And all right. There we go. All right, so we'll refresh that. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. This week's plan, here we go. All right, so click on this week's plan and it will bring you up with the menu plan and the shopping list for the week. So you can see we've got our 5 days there, and then we've got meals for each night. So you'll see as well that you've got a main, and there's always veggies included as well, because it drives me nuts when I open up a cookbook and I think, oh, that looks beautiful, we'll have that for tea. And then I go to cook it and I'm like, oh no, there's no veggies there. What are we going to have with it? So I've even thought of that for you as well. So you can see here we've got our recipes all listed for each day. Now these little numbers in brackets, that's how many serves. So as I was saying, say on the second night of the week, you're only going to have 2 people eating tea. So you can click on that. And then you can change here, our servings, we can change that to 2 because we've only got 2 people. And then we'll just save to meal planner. And it's updated it. And then we want to change our rice as well because we're only going to have 2 people. Whoops, we want to go down that up. 2 and tick. All right, so that's updated. So now we can see on day 2 we're only feeding 2 people, but the rest of the week we're feeding 4. Oh, and that little 1.5 on the hummus, that means it makes 1.5 cups. So once you've adjusted all your numbers for how many people you're feeding each day, you can print the plan if you want to print the plan. And it just prints up what you see there on the screen. You can print the recipes, or you can generate a shopping list, and that's how easy it is. So you just click on that. Oh, okay, it's not going to let me print it because I'm using my daughter's laptop and it's not connected to the printer. But yeah, so you just click on that and it'll take you straight to your normal printing menu that you would have on your computer. Right, so then if you want to go back to the membership home, you just click on this one here. membership home, and we'll go back. All right. Oops. What am I doing? I said I'm on my daughter's laptop, so bear with me. All right, so membership home. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, playing silly buggers. Here we go. All right, so we're back to the home. Sorry about that. All right, so now we can go to the recipe archive. And in the recipe archive are all the recipes that have been added. So at the moment, we've got all of the ones that are in this week's meal plan, and then I've also put some extras in to show you. So every week this will get updated with another 5 nights worth of recipes. So from here, you can just click on a recipe and it'll take you through to the individual recipe page, which we can have a look here. So as you can see, you put how many people you're feeding and it will adjust the recipe. And you can also choose, this is another really awesome feature, between metric or imperial. See, easy as that. And then we can, let's do 6 people. And there we go. As you see, it just automatically adjusts everything for you. So I really, really like that feature. All right, so now if we go back to membership home, and we'll look at the next one. All right, so then we have a video library. So this is where we have the videos. And as I said, I'll be adding a new video every week. So if there's anything that you want me to show you how to do, just let me know and I'll add it in here. So in here, we've got chocolate turmeric chai and that really yummy chocolate I was telling you about. So that's super easy to make. All right, and then we can go back to the membership. And then the other 2 sections are the Facebook group. So you click on that and it'll take you straight to the private Facebook group that's only for paid members. I don't know what's going on here. Playing funny buggers again. And then the final one is to submit a request. So hang on, I'll go from here. So if we click on that, we go back to the membership home and you can submit a request here. So if you click on this link, it'll bring up a form where you can send me an email directly. So just pop in your name and your email address and what your message is. So if there's any recipes you want converted, or if you have any questions about anything, or videos that you want me to show you how to do, this is where you enter it. So the really exciting thing about this is, because this is the initial launch of it, it's only $12 a month. So sorry, I'm just going to try and turn off screen share again. Oh, the mouse isn't working. Oh, sorry about this, folks. It's always the way, isn't it? It's because I'm not used to this computer. Oh dear. Why can't I get it back? Hang on. If it doesn't work this time, I'm going to call her. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so I should be back on the screen now, but I can't see because it's not letting me. All right, so I'm guessing that you can see me back, but I can't tell because the screen's still not going back to where it's meant to. So as I was saying, yeah, it's only $12 a month. So I've tried to make it as affordable as I can. And this is the special introductory price. So it's only going to be $12 until the 20th of August. And then that's it. I'll actually be closing down the membership, so people won't be able to sign up for another month or 2, because I really, really want to focus on you, the people who get in first. And I really want to build this into something that really addresses all of your needs. So use that submit a request feature as much as you like and tell me what you want, and I'm going to build this to suit your needs. All right, so the next thing is we're going to do a live giveaway. So if we go into the chat box here, all right, so pick a number. All right, I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 20. All right. And I've written it down on my page. So if everybody now in the chat box on the page, write down your numbers, write down your guesses. So it's a number between 1 and 20. And the first person who guesses it is going to win a 12-month membership. So ready, set, go. Okay, so put your guesses in. I know there's I think there's about a 20-second lag on this, so I'll just hold on. So start putting your guesses in the chat box, and the first person who guesses my number, which I've written down on here, is going to get a 12-month membership for free. This is so exciting. I can't wait to give this away. All right, so numbers are starting to come in. No one's got it yet. So a number between 1 and 20. Oh, you're close, Vicky. Vicky's very close. Let's see, have another guess. Oh, Steph, you're getting colder. Getting colder. Keep guessing, keep guessing. Oh, this is exciting. You can put in as many guesses as you like. So just keep guessing, and then the first person who guesses the right number is going to win it. Oh, come on, it's right here on my page. Oh, Steph, you're getting really close. Really close. Almost there, Vicky. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? It's down to these two, I think. Oh, no, Vicky, you're getting colder again. Keep guessing. I'm just checking on my chat box here. Yay, Steph, we have a winner. Woohoo. I'll show you. See, 17 I had written down. Oh, it's backwards on there. All right, so I'm just going to write down Steph. Steph is our lucky winner. Woohoo, congratulations. All right, so does anyone have any questions? Fire away. So like I said, I know there's about a 20-second lag time, so I'll hold on. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat box and I'll answer them for you. Oh, and that's what else. Oh, I nearly forgot. So I've got 2 fast action bonuses. So this is really exciting. So, well, the first one, as you know, is the price. So it's only going to be $12 a month until the 20th of August. So you have to get in before then because next time I offer this, it's going to cost more. So, you know, get in first in, best dressed, as they say. And the other bonus is if you order whilst you're on the webinar tonight or by the end of the next webinar, which I'm doing, then you also get a free 30-minute one-on-one coaching session with me. So you can ask me anything. So anything you're having dramas with, just hit me up and I'll help you with that. So I normally charge like $120 for an initial consult in my practice. So this is an awesome, awesome bonus to get for free. All right, so no questions. Everyone looks really happy. All right, well, I'm going to give you the link. So the link is, let's see if I can do it this way. No, I can't do it that way. All right, so the page to go to sign up, not you, Steph, because you've won it for free, is members.fussfreeglutenfree.com. Easy. So members.fussfreeglutenfree.com. I'll put that in the chat box for you. Okay, so it's www.members.fussfreeglutenfree.com. There we go. All right, and as I said, so this is only available until the 20th of August, and then I'm closing it down and not accepting any more memberships, probably for another month or 2, because I really, really want to make this into something awesome and tailor it to your needs. So make sure you sign up now, get the early bird price, and book it in now as well, so you get that free coaching call, because like I said, I normally charge $120 for my initial consult. So this is a great chance to get in my ear and ask all your burning questions. So that's pretty much it. I think, for tonight. So I'm really pleased I managed to keep this to half an hour, because I know Friday nights are pretty hectic, and weekend time is so precious with your family. So thank you so much for joining me. This has been my first ever webinar, so it's been really exciting, and I'm really, really pleased you got to be part of it with me. So thanks for that, and head on over to the page and get your membership, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.